And we're live. Yay.
Woohoo! Happy New Year!
Yes, it is. It is a happy new year. Uh, why is this thing not up and running? Give me a sec. Yes, it is. Alright. I like having um the video running in another window so I can watch the chat and stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is Making Comics Not episode 181. Ease into 2022.
Yep.
I am Peter.
I'm Allison. We're a couple of crazy cats that, you know, draw comics and other stuff.
Yes. Um, and yeah, I'm not showing what I'm working on today. I got a bunch of covers. Frankly, I'm going to be doing a lot of covers this month. And that's a good thing.
Yep.
Because I need to pay off some bills and get some more art supplies and all that rhetoric.
Yep. All that fun stuff.
Yes. So yeah, the title, it has great meaning to me because I do want to get into a real good tight schedule of what I'm up to, because I want to get a bunch of books done this year and just get into a sort of real habit forming pattern, so that I could accomplish a lot. Um, and this month, the plan is to finish a couple of small things. I got an anthology story I'll finish off. What else? What's on my list? I'll finish the last of Retro Inks, which is only the last page, and it will be 2 pinups. One's really simple. We have Frank Salazar in the chat. Welcome.
Hey,
How was
Frank.
your New Year? Um, yeah, mostly covers and um,
The
uh,
flu. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, Frank. Hope you feel better and keep up the coloring. Coloring
yeah,
is
too many people getting the flu and COVID and all that. So get better soon.
Yep.
Um, yeah, because we're going to be doing a book for anybody watching that doesn't know. We're going to be doing a book called Nightmare.
Yep.
With Chuck Pignot.
Yep.
And, so I want to make sure when we start really digging into that I'll be ready.
That is true. Let's see. I finished this up on Pop Stream on Sunday, and I posted to social media if anybody hasn't really seen it. But yeah. So your New Year's good aside from getting sick, but still making stuff. No, that makes sense. Getting sick sucks. I mean, I had a very long day in the hospital last Wednesday, and it killed me. I'm still feeling it.
Yeah.
Day, which I used all my spoons and then some. But overall, I'm happy with the way Raven came out. I kind of did a few different designs for the character's costume and try to get a certain feel with it. I really like how Trigun came out. Very happy with him.
Yeah. No, it looks good.
It was fun to do.
So you do anything special with it, or
I just did this for me more than anything else. I might try to make a print of it or something
right?
to sell off. I probably won't do a lot of them because I have like the DC Comics logo and stuff on it, so I don't really want to push that much. This is kind of, if I was going to draw a Raven cover, what would it be? Then this is what I came up with.
Right.
And when I first drew it, so I drew it last year actually, the line work. I inked it back in December. I started inking it. Then I colored it towards the end of December. So I changed the date on it to 12/21. But yeah, so I had done it then. My when I was drawing like this, I was trying to do something a little bit more like Michael Turner style, and I've given up. So
Yeah, I drew a picture of a Witchblade. Nothing too complicated, but I'm like, I wouldn't love to draw that book because, yeah, there's a certain difference in the approach to that just isn't my
yeah,
thing, I guess.
yeah, that character has a lot to it in this design. And that's saying something considering she's mostly like basically naked. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I had fun doing this. I was thinking about doing some Patreon stuff. This right here, I was just drawing earlier, just trying to get like a body shape kind of feel, and that's what I came up with. Probably do more work on that later. But yeah, so what I was thinking about was. Uh, where is it? I think I have it here. Yep. Okay, so I've had this idea in my head for quite a while. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Frank. Yeah, that was fun to do. So yeah, again, this is something I did last year, and it's something I've been kicking around in my head for quite a while, and it's called The Last Sentinel. Um, it's kind of a Thunder the Barbarian kind of world.
Right.
So, that's basically where I came up with this character for. I have another design of her that I did, but this is the one I just posted this to my Patreon of something I'm thinking about doing. For Patreon, which I'd like to do like basically a, call it 7 to 10 page strip, or comic a month on it, while I'm also working on Nightmare. So, I have to bother the writer to write the scripts, so I can actually draw them.
Yep.
There will be more harassment coming, Chuck, I promise you.
Are you going to be working on this here? Is that the plan?
Probably some of it I'll be doing on this, but since I want to make it like a Patreon thing,
Right.
maybe not. I have some commissions I want to finish too, so I'll probably work on those over the next few days. I gotta finish out a few of them that have been lingering because I'm really slow. That's all I'm gonna say. Just you get what you pay for. I put a lot of effort into every commission I do, pretty much, but especially now. But it's it's hard for me to do that and try to put out my own art too. So that's why I don't take commissions very often. So,
Right. Right.
but I fall really behind and stuff. So,
If going forward you'll be working on your Patreon comic and your own comic,
yeah, that will.
imagine you'll be quite busy.
Yeah, so I want to get some stuff finished up and things, and then just kind of go from there with it. Like
Yeah.
I'm more likely to do stuff at like I'm starting able to do cons again. That's more like a place where I can do kind of more commissions on the fly because I can draw them when I'm right there. Um, and I'm not like doing everything at home. It's just energy levels are a thing. But even then, I'll have a limited amount that I'll do at a con.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'll be at Heroes Con in June, so I do want to get a batch of things done before then. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
makes
And
sense.
somebody invited me. I have to double and triple check. There's a 1-day convention in, I think it's Lexington, so near me in Kentucky.
Hmm.
That I might be doing. So yeah, I'm gonna double check on that and see if it's a feasible thing. And really, I just last year was so tough in the sense of I always felt like I was behind. I definitely was behind cash wise. Um, it's like I got a lot of things I'm juggling, and not all of them are bringing in money at the moment. So I want to get better about what I'm focusing on and what I'm accomplishing, and as well as pushing my own book forward. Yes, Retro will be out this year. I'm not going to predict exactly when, but the inks will be done soon. Above and beyond that is all the rest of the work: coloring, lettering, final script, production, extras, merch, yada yada.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I know I want to take this month to really reorganize and clean my studio to the max, because that didn't happen last year and it's way overdue.
Fair enough. That
um,
makes sense. I gotta clean my apartment slash studio to the max because
yeah,
I just really need to get it done. And it's kind of annoying when you're just like moving around some things. It's like, oh look, my underwear. Uh, uh, and Frank's saying, "Are you starting to con people again?" Yep, we're starting to con people again. We're a bunch of cons. Let's see. Broken Chains. This is I was Broken Shackles was the comic. I'll actually bring that up in a minute. This is some of my last Sentinel ideas that I was doing, and I was changing it a bit because I found out Lensman was in the public domain. And if you've never read Lensman, I highly recommend it. It's very, very dated at this point, but um, George Lucas basically stole a lot from it for Star Wars. Uh, that
uh,
and um, Valerian and Laureline, something like that. And he stole a ton from that too. So. But yeah, this is some of the concepts I used for the last Sentinel, and I was making it more of a Lensman thing, but I'm probably not going to do that going forward. Although I have a Lensman story in me someplace. It'll happen eventually. Let's see. I thought I had it open. I thought I had my recent stuff. Guess not.
We won't talk about public domain
Yeah, we'll be
tomorrow.
covering more public domain tomorrow. That will be kind of the focus of the show tomorrow, since well, Winnie the Pooh is now in public domain, and Disney let it happen. So,
Wow.
okay. So this is Broken Shackles. This is something that I have a hard time working on it. But when I do, it's I do put time into it and things. It's just some reason I have a hard time with it. Actually, gotta fix that a bit. But hey. So, so yeah, this is what I had for Broken Shackles so far, and I also grabbed an old advertisement to put into it because I wanted that kind of a feel. That this book is supposed like it'd be the type of thing you'd find like on the shelf in the '70s, like late '70s, early '80s. Um,
Right.
like the cover page. It's right here. I actually did this about a year ago. But yeah, so I have this, and I have the not approved by the Comics Code up here. I have my little, box art thing here, a logo. This is based on, the Marvel of the time. It's 500 cents. So, and let's see. My goal was to do this with my friend Ian and his group Fat Cat Funnies with my Alley Cat Comics. Oh yes. Speaking of which, I also have this. So this is more recent that I did, and it features my character Rowan and his character Helena of his Acts of Helena comic. And
Right.
I'll knock the logo up, and I'm going to turn this into a print. So. And yep, let's see. The OG Winnie the Pooh again. Winnie the Pooh in one of my stories for no reason at all. Yes, you can. And Ryan Reynolds wasted no time using Winnie the Pooh story in his Mint Mobile. That's awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, this is I did this for Ian because I wanted to do a pinup featuring our two characters together, and they're both fantasy oriented and stuff, so I thought it'd be fun. So yeah, his character Helena and Rowan, and I've got a lot of people asking, when are we going to do like the official team up? So that is something that I've talked about. But Nightmare is more of my first and foremost thing when it comes to comics. This is the first page, which I redid all the lettering on this recently, and I still have to color this area in and get it set. This is a pain in the ass. That's all I'm gonna say. So, silhouette of that boat was a pain in the ass. I'm like, yeah, drawing a boat's gonna be hard. I'll just do a silhouette. No, that was dumb. But yeah, I like how it came out.
Looks good. Yeah, it looks really good.
Let's see. Then I have this. Like, I need to fix like this panel here with her moving because it wasn't quite what I wanted. Thought it looked great when I was trying to rough it out, but like no, that's not doing what I want to do. So I gotta fix that. So yeah, so this guy's going basically after her. She starts thinking about basically what's going on. Let's see. Also, I have a texture over the page, which is this. It's on all my pages, and it makes it look like older newsprint and stuff. So, so I have that. Then, see, she's counting because she's getting ready to summon her sword. That's where she kind of flips over him, which I do love how this came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually something that Dave Finch liked, that because I like breaking the panel. He doesn't. But one of his comments to me when he was like reviewing my art is he really liked how when I do it, I lead the person to the next panel with it. Like it's not for
Right.
no reason whatsoever. So it actually looks more like movement going across. Then I did my 2-page spread where the guy gets eviscerated.
Do you consider, like, when you're drawing, knowing like the characters' costumes and the background and like, um, do you see it like the colors in your head, like as you're doing that and thinking, everything will be brown over here, and let me mix it up with something else, or
Somewhat. Like I know what the background of this whole thing is going to be. Like it's basically going to look like a storage room on the ship, but it's all going to be silhouetted. Um,
right,
like I have the boxes here, and I'll end up putting like some of the barrels in, but I'm going to silhouette so it looks like there's this large area back where this is all going on.
right,
And what was it? So you got this, and it's like it says right down at the bottom, continued afternoon page, and yeah, I don't have the page open, but yeah, so there's a blank page I have set up after it, and what I do with that is that's going to be where somebody finds the body, um,
right.
where it's like all chopped to bits, and that's going to start more of an alarm on the ship. Where, yeah, where is it? So this right here, it says on 6 Fire Moot, we finished taking in cargo at noon, set sail. That is basically right from Dracula. I just changed might have been like June to Fire Moot because of my fantasy world. I have a calendar, so I used that, and then I basically went east wind, fresh crew, 5 hands, 2 mates, cook, and myself, captain. And when I was talking with Peter Samiti about lettering, he was like, yeah, break these up, because this was like one big box. He's like, no, break it up into like little ones. So I did that, and then I have the next thing here about Firemoot, past the Cape and all that. And they know something's going on, but would not speak out. So I separated that out because I used to have that as one big thing, and then I had like 2 big text boxes here that had stuff. In this case, I broke it up into how they are saying things. This is all the captain's log, and it's from the Demeter sequence in Dracula, which is public domain.
Hey,
But that'll be something that I note on it, that I used the Demeter log as a influence on this, and I'll definitely give credit to Bram Stoker that I literally stole his idea. So
I'm sure he won't mind.
now he's dead. The dead don't care. See, I even addressed that in this, where it says, let's see, the dead only dream to be amongst the living. See, covered that already. Oh. But yeah, now I gotta change this up. I thought I had what I wanted with it, and then I looked at it, I'm like, no, I gotta go back and change all this. And I've changed the dialogue of this a few times. It's also too stiff right now. I like this pose here that I got him in, and she's kind of like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I like that.
Then I got to this. So yeah, this is all fun to do.
When you are creating and drawing your own comics, you really have to keep a little bit of everything in mind. Like,
Oh yeah.
knowing how a final product looks affects, what goes into it. And
Yeah, with with the colors for the characters and stuff like that, like I knew what Rowan's colors were because I had done them ahead of time. I had figured out what her colors were and all that. And I got a sheet someplace that has them all broken down on like all the base colors on her and stuff. So I can keep everything consistent. My other thing is as the story would progress, she would change outfits on occasion. So the big things I have to keep in mind are the color of her shackles, which they're always a gold, um, and basically the specific gold, her skin tone, and her eye color. Um, so those are the big things I have to keep in mind with it. She has purple eyes, so
right,
I like purple.
yeah, so do I.
That's a fantasy world. I don't care. So, but yeah, so that's what this is. Like, if I was to read, like, I look at this now, I'm like, I could do better than this, but I still like it. So it's like I'm not going to redraw it or anything. Like I like this. This scene in here is actually right from Nosferatu. I was heavily inspired by where he was like looking down over everything. But I think he was standing more like with his arms out and stuff and down. I have the captain more looking about, but that's what this scene is basically from. That's where I have the inspiration for it. And this back here, I actually put a little red glow around her a little bit. Because originally the little shadow of her wasn't seen at all. Like people just completely overlook it, which I kind of wanted people to do. But then I
Right.
decided, I'm like, give it a little bit of a glow. So she's got like mystical energy about her or something. So, so yeah, so that was the reasoning behind that. But that was actually an idea I got from a J horror film. What the hell was it called? It was called Pulse over here. That's not the name it goes by over in Japan, though. The remake of it that became Pulse, I don't recommend. But that film, like over in Japan, was amazing. It's the way they did something with like sticking ghosts into it where you would just not notice them. I love that aspect of it. Like your eye can just glance over it. That's kind of what I wanted.
Right.
Like I wanted people to like be like, wait, was this something there? Like then go back and look. So I put the little bit of the red around it. I'm like, I could probably call to it. But yeah, so the ship colors, brown worked. Is it? This guy is it's a darker skin tone. I'd still say he's Caucasian. He's he's been at sea for a while and stuff, and I liked having like the monk beads on him and stuff. So that's kind of there. It's wearing like pants or something. It's nothing like crazy with that, but I mean, I kill him in like 2 pages, so I'm not that worried about
him. Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's the guy you see getting chopped up, so. But yeah, Rowan is important to have her color set. This isn't quite my typical blood stored in the body at 2000 psi because usually I make a lot more of it, but it's still bloody mess. And as I was talking to Dave Finch when he was reviewing it, I said, "Yep, and there's my McFarlane face."
Yep.
And the cover of the way very that. Hey, Brianna, how's it going?
We're doing good here. How are you?
Just talking about stuff. What our plans are for the new year. So at some point, I'm going to finish the story arc. it's just the last time I had something this close to me and an idea. The what was it? I lost the file. It literally corrupted on me, and I lost basically my 120 something page graphic novel.
Oh, man.
I still have the first issue, basically, what it would be, the first like 20 pages or so. And now it's cool and all, but it's been really hard on me to really kind of go for the gold with it. Nightmare is actually where I kind of really want to push myself on and try to get myself with my head back into things. When I lost my story, the Books of Shadow, which was my urban fantasy story I was working on, that
Right.
still hurts me to this day, and it's been like 3 years since that happened.
Mm.
That also changed me so that I had
That's,
hmm?
I
So,
said that's tough. That's,
yeah.
you know.
And that's also why I now use like 4 different locations to back up my files, so that doesn't happen again. Um, I got the manifested done, uh, and I was excited about that, but it's just not. It's not the same, and I wanted to focus more on one
Right.
character rather than like a team book at first. So, I mean, Nightmare will have team characters in it and stuff like that, but it's not. It's not the same thing. So,
Right.
uh, but yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
Brianna says, sleepy but good.
No, that's my
Yep.
life.
Totally
Sleepy but
understand
good. I could go to sleep right now.
that. So can I didn't get a full night's sleep. We've had 2 cases where, tornado warnings. Um,
Oh, that sucks.
and yeah, and last night, 3:30 in the morning, I was half asleep, half up, and the wind was blowing. I was for sure waiting for my phone to go off and tell me a tornado's on its way, but it never did. But the wind was, man, it sounded so loud, and I was like, now I'm too, just like my
Yeah.
heart was pumping. I couldn't go to sleep. It's like,
Let's see. Yeah, last week over the holiday, like basically, during the holidays and all that, I had to go in to the hospital for my weekly infusion, and what was it? Hmm, I was having an issue during that time frame where I'm still kind of doing it now, where my I'm closing my right eye when I read and stuff.
right, right,
So that definitely got well, it definitely got the nurse there interested, and she's like, have you talked to your neurologist? I'm like, no, I literally like, just noticed this. And she's like, I'm gonna call your neurologist. So then have a neurologist visit. I had to go up after my infusion to go see my neurologist. And that was a bit of a time because I had to go through all the basic MS stuff as she also checks my eyes and everything else to make sure everything's okay. And then she's like, well, there's a neuro-ophthalmologist on the floor below us. I'll see if I can get you a walk-in if you're all for that. And I'm just like, well, I'm here. So
right.
I was in the hospital at 9 in the morning to get my infusion. But I don't technically have to be in there until like 10. But I try to get in early because they usually take me early. Um, Then I got out of the, and usually it's like an hour, 2 hours, sometimes three, depending on how long it takes them to get the medication and everything, because I have to mix everything there. Then I went out to the yes, I went to the ophthalmologist, and it was literally I was there for like 2.5 hours to have my eyes
Yeah.
examined. They have to rule out everything because I have MS, and if I have um, neuropathy, basically, um, it means I could lose my eyesight.
Yeah.
Ocular neuropathy or ocular necrosis, I think they were calling it, and that's bad. Turns out I need reading glasses,
Yeah.
so better to know now.
Yeah. Yeah. I when I was young, um, I was wearing glasses, but I guess up until I was in my early teens, I wore them, but then I just like I don't really need them, and I went without for years and years and years until you know a couple of years back. I was like, I'm not seeing everything as sharp as I once was, so I started wearing glasses again.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my eyesight's. I've worn glasses since I was in like the fourth grade, so I probably needed them before that,
All right.
but that was that was kind of the thing when that happened. Um,
Uh, yeah, it's like between all the reading I do and the artwork I work on, it's like I definitely need to see what the hell I'm doing, and
yep, I know that feeling.
it great extra work. Yeah.
So what I have up here right now is The Last Sentinel. This is what I'm going to be trying to do for my Patreon subscribers. If you subscribe at the $5 tier, I'm going to be trying to do like say a 7 to 10 page comic every month. In addition to everything else I'm doing. Um, so that's my goal, is try to get that up and running. That is my goal of January, is get the first thing up for that and go from there. So I think that will be really cool.
Yeah.
So you'll be getting, once Nightmare goes, you'll be getting that as well. But this is some of my early conceptual designs for Orin, where she is the last Sentinel. What exactly that is, you have to read to find out.
Oh.
Not saying she's a Jedi. She's more of a lensman. But
Oops.
yeah, it looks like I got a package that just came, so I'm gonna step away for a second to see if I can spot this.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back,
All right.
because this will be fun to open on stream.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned before. Um. Well, cool. Like, I I got some kind of text message and my phone's in the other room. I'm like dying to see what it is. It's probably nothing to, or maybe it is something. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah. For my patrons, I'm doing drawings. I haven't done one today. I was thinking of making it daily, as I mentioned previously, but I think I'll just keep to weekdays. Because I want weekends is where I stay offline and get more work done. Hopefully, if I need to be working, I would like to actually have days off. That's feasible. So yeah, anybody who's a patron of mine gets drawings and stuff. At least you'll see them before other people. because I post my art on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. But I appreciate the support of my patrons. And eventually, I'd like to do giveaways, but I'm just not in a position to do that now. It's more important I focus on getting things off my plate. The call of the phone siren, yeah. Yeah, you can, very few people have my phone number. I really don't use it that much. So it's either, some BS or it is actually somebody I want to hear from. We'll see soon enough. But yeah, we had some time off here from streaming. I would love to say I got caught up, but I keep getting more work. And at some point, not too far in the future, I'm going to start saying no because I just want to knock things off my list, and it's getting a little ridiculous. This job, the covers I'm doing right now, BOTC, I forget what it stands for, Celestial something. It's olden times fantasy saga that will be crowdfunding soon enough. This is kind of a rush job, and not necessarily outside the realm of what I'm used to. But I know they're probably getting together everything they need to for their campaign, and like, we need this done. We need to get it inked and then throw it to the colors and all that. But I'll give you information about it and show it to you, like, when they start promoting it and all that. I step away and the bot comes in. That's true. Landon, hey Peter Man, just got here. How you doing? I am doing good. Allison went to step away to get a package. Possibly have a box opening soon. Something she's excited about. She mentioned earlier in the day. So I think it's comic related. I don't think it's something silly otherwise. But yeah, I'm doing good. I wanna really get some stuff done this month. Because last year got out of hand. Oh, here she is.
Yep,
Do we have
I'm
a package?
back. Yes, I did. The mail person didn't leave it at my door.
Oh no.
So I had to go up to the front to get it. And I don't walk very well. So
Right.
it's very annoying when
They do that.
Yeah, I mean, my normal mail person is great. She always leaves the mail for me right by my door.
Right.
And sometimes when I've gotten a package and didn't know about it, she comes the next day and she'll move it to my door. So yeah, just bear with me a sec while I gotta catch my breath and everything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Let's see. We have Brianna saying hello to everybody. And we have Landon saying, what is your overall assessment of 2021? Oh, and Sideburns. Hey, buddy.
Ooh,
Welcome.
sweet.
Good morning, at least for me. Yeah, on the other side of the planet.
Nice. Like out in Australia?
Well, I mean, England, I think. I mean, that,
I thought they were just 6
yeah,
hours
it's
ahead
like,
of us.
yeah.
Well, 6 hours ahead of me. Okay.
So my assessment of last year is things really improved for me personally speaking, and I just have to become better at handling what's evolving, as well as keeping more on top of my own projects as opposed to other people's projects. It's almost to the point where I am enjoying the newfound exposure and work I'm getting. But my career should be changing and evolving into doing more of my own things at this point. I can't totally say no to money and work coming in. I'm not there yet by a long shot, but as soon as that happens, maybe be doing less for other people.
Okay, so this is no, first off, this is the cool thing I got. Start with the plot holes art prints, which looks like there's a few of them in here. This is Sean Gordon Murphy's book that he did on Indiegogo last year, I think. It was like really early last year.
Cool.
I have the hardcover of it. And the artist edition.
Oh,
So
what is that?
Great
Black and white?
Yeah, it's black and white with the 11 by 17 art.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. I've already read the story because I also have all the digital ones, but I really wanted this more than anything else. So,
that's excellent.
Yep, so I'm super happy. That's what I got. Let's see. 2021 for me was more of networking and making friends. So teaming up with Peter was a big thing for me in 2021. And Chuck, getting together with him and working on the book. Because Peter and I had discussed working on a book together for a bit, my pencils, his inks. And it's like, well, no, Chuck. And it's like, well, we'll bring him in. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, thank you, Salazar. Throwing my Instagram up there. You can see my Raven piece that I just posted.
There you
go. So yeah, that is very cool.
Yeah, I mean, like potentially, like us doing a book together, me doing my own books. I have a couple other people I'm doing books with them. It's like I know that will bring in better money than just any small gigs that come my way. And it's not that I'm greedy or anything. It's like, frankly, I'm living at bottom dollar. It's like it's ridiculous. My standard of living is ridiculous, and I do want to move into a home this year if possible. So things got to change.
Yeah, I can respect that.
It's like I love what I do. Now it's time to make it work for me. Um, the good thing is, my oldest friend in existence, um, and it's not necessarily a good thing for him, but he's currently out of work, probably retired. You know, he's going to be helping me with a couple of things. So we'll see what comes with that. I do know, like, if I make decent money, I do need to hire somebody in town, somebody local, to help me with like day-to-day stuff, or at least 1 or 2 days a week or whatever.
Well, Landon's saying stop being greedy, Peter. You don't need a home or a car or medical or a house or.
You know, I was going to get the house for the cats. You know.
Yeah, that's the important part. I mean, I barely scrape by month to month. I'm disabled. I thankfully can still draw, but I can't hold down the type of jobs that I used to, which were much more, well, they were technical.
Right.
I worked for a TV station. I've worked for the largest telecom in the world, stuff like that. And I did like networking and things needed a little bit more. So, I can't do that anymore.
Right.
So, if I can make a little bit of extra money doing comics, then I'm all for it. Then I expect to get rich. I don't really care about getting rich. Just want to pay the bills and eat.
Yeah.
And how's it going, Crimson Owl? Good seeing you.
Hey, Ronnie. Welcome.
And get Sideburns for Sideburns YouTube in there. Oh.
Excellent. Yeah, I think everybody here has a YouTube channel like that chat.
I mostly use Twitch, but I mean, I'm on your YouTube channel, so this is kind of my YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
And summon to Crimson Owl. So yeah, if you're not already, hit up Ronnie with a sub to his thing and hit that little bell. Matter of fact, if anybody could, make sure you're subscribed here. Hit the little bell icon if you haven't, and give us a like.
Yeah, that's mostly for the people not watching currently. But
give us a like, comment, give us a dislike.
You guys can give us a like.
We'll hate you for it, but you could.
Yeah.
It's all part of that mystical algorithm.
Yeah. I mean, the channel did pretty good last year. Now it's time to really make it grow and prosper, and hopefully eventually get the right amount of watched hours so we can get super chats and other stuff eventually. That
would be cool.
Yeah.
And Ronnie, thank you. You understand not being able to do a lot of work, and it's like if MS hadn't hit me the way it was, I would still be working. So listen, let's not forget Anna. Make sure you sub to Anna Robb. We got everything?
That's right. Have you ever met Anna?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah, she's we should get her on here. Frank,
definitely
make that happen.
More women in comics? Yes. I support this.
She's got a different schedule. I'm not sure. Like, we'll probably have to do it at a weird hour.
No, that's not that big of a deal to me. I keep pretty weird hours. Pretty weird in general. So but yeah. So yeah, the other big thing that I've been doing though is just drawing as much as I can. It's what I can do, so I'm doing it.
I'm watching as much TV as possible.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV. I mean, I binge watched all of Cobra Kai season 4, which I loved. But I mean, I still have like at least 2 episodes of Arcane left to watch.
Let's get you.
It's like a bunch of shows I haven't even looked at from like the past few years that I just haven't bothered with, but I want to watch. It's a bunch of movies I haven't watched yet. Like I've been sitting on The Last Duel for like weeks. I haven't watched it yet. Watched the new Venom movie. I kind of regret that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it for you.
I'm not expecting much, but I'll probably watch it. Just
I'll
out
admit
of
the
content.
post-credit scene amused the crap out of me. We got Salazar popping in with the Etsy shop. Let's see. We got Ronnie in there. Only watch TV with family. Besides that, no TV for me. Fair enough. And yep, Salazar ain't feeling good either. He's just doing some practices. Nothing wrong with practices. I was doing some warm-ups earlier in our little bullpen sessions that we have.
Yeah.
Definitely. I try to do at least a... Yeah, we can... Stop chewing on tape. Pain in the ass. Stupid cat. The stream's over. I gotta get rid of the box.
Right.
What's in the box? A cat. That's not the reason I have to get rid of the box, because he chew on it. No.
They go nuts.
Excuse me. Let's see. Yep, the problem with the Venom movies is there's no Spider-Man. You are missing the whole element of good versus evil to me. That's a vital part of what makes interesting stories. I agree. I don't like Venom as his own thing. I prefer Venom when he's fighting Spider-Man. Go figure.
Yeah.
I mean, No Way Home definitely alludes that we're going to be getting Venom. Sorry, spoiler alert, but it's a 3-second scene.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I've seen the movie, Spider-Man movie.
It's been out for a month. Not even, but close enough.
I liked it.
Oh, I love the new Spider-Man movie. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I won't go into any real crazy spoilers, but yeah. But yeah, the Venom stuff amused the crap out of me in that too. But I'm just not really into Venom. Other than, I mean, I liked Venom when he was, a villain against Spider-Man, and Todd McFarlane did cool stuff.
I'm really looking forward to Doctor Strange and Multiverse Madness.
I'm looking forward to that too.
Not only will it have Doctor Strange, but Scarlet Witch, but also Clea.
Yep. Yeah, Clea's gonna be it. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm not sure who's playing her, but I always liked her character in the comics. So.
Yep, same. Let's see. Ronnie's almost done with episode 3 of my horror comic. One last panel that I have to fix. And have my editor fix the grammar. Oh, the evil grammar. Yes, yes, I'm well aware. Let's see. Haven't seen the new Spider-Man yet, but I keep hearing good things. Yes, it is incredible. It is probably the best live-action Spider-Man movie they've done. And I really loved Homecoming and Far From Home. And I love the first 2 Tobey Maguire films I like. The third one is just, we'll leave it at that. Amazing Spider-Man movies. I actually thought the first one was okay. Nothing spectacular, but I had fun watching it. the sequence with Stan Lee, like working in the library as Lizard and Spider-Man are fighting, I thought was hilarious. Um, Spider-Man 2, I didn't really like that one. I just think they missed the. It was just too busy.
They get greedy.
Yeah, it's also my problem with like in Waves of Spider-Man 3 is they had Green Goblin 2, they had Venom, and they had Sandman. And then they stuck Gwen Stacy in for some reason.
I got I got a question. I should probably do it off the air though, because it's kind of a spoiler. But yeah, I mean, I love Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and I loved Spider-Man 2. I think Spider-Man 2 is definitely like in the top 5 best superhero movies ever.
I love Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
It did one thing that I don't like when they do in superhero movies, and to me it always is a bit of a letdown. But the the big thing for me with Spider-Man 2 was that I don't like when heroes lose their powers.
Okay. Right.
And that becomes like a crisis of faith to try to get them back or something like that.
Right.
All because of Superman 2. Because they never explain how he gets the damn powers back. It's like, you can't. Once you do this, it's done. He goes back and starts begging Daddy to give him back his powers. And then next scene, he's flying into Metropolis. Like, what the? Bad.
I will say what bothered me the most about Spider-Man 2 is as Spider-Man, he took his mask like at least 3 times, I remember.
Yeah.
It's like, that's too much.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Let's see. I think the way that Spider-Man looked in his suit was perfect in Amazing Spider-Man, Lizard one. They nailed it in that one, but as films, first 2 Tobey versions still fave. I can respect that. First 2 Tobey versions are good. And I also like the Tobey Spider-Man suit a lot.
Yeah.
I really like the way they're going with Spider-Man in the MCU. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, they're number 4 is in pre-production, so
okay.
it was successful. They're making a 4th one. Spoilers! There's gonna be another Spider-Man movie. I'm willing to bet there's gonna be an Into the Spider-Verse 3 if 2 does good.
Yeah. We need more Spider-Pig.
Yes, and as I said when I was with my boyfriend at the time, seeing the Titanic back in 1997, because he thought taking me to that movie would be a way to my heart. I'll admit I liked the movie, but wasn't my first choice of films to see, but I did like it. What was it? I was talking about some of the aspects of the Titanic because I've actually read a lot on the Titanic. That always interested me as a kid. And I was talking about some aspects of it, and this woman who was like in front, she's like, "You better not spoil this movie for me. No, we're gonna be here." And I'm like, turned to my boyfriend at the time, like, "Did you hear in the end the boat sinks and like 1,000 people die? It's horrible."
No.
That's a similar problem with the first X-Men movie when I was talking about some of the cameos that were in the previews, like the Kitty Pryde one. And I heard rumor that Colossus or something, and you could tell that was Colossus because he was sketching someplace. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And like I was mentioning that and just talking about things in the preview, and this guy turns around, he's like, "You better not ruin this movie for me. I don't know anything about it." And I said, "Do you hear in the end Magneto loses?" Oh. I like taking the fire out of people. Wait, what? They died? Yeah, it was terrible. It's a tragedy. Actually, when they hit the iceberg, though, I mean, what they really didn't tell you was that when all the aliens came out and they started like killing everybody, and then the aliens sunk the boat. That's all it covered.
I thought Indiana Jones saved them.
No, no, it wasn't Indiana Jones. It was
No.
like Cthulhu alien things. They came out and just like massacred everybody, and everybody's sworn to secrecy because we found where the real locations of Rylith. So I think that's the name of the city. I don't know.
Well, this year is it this year? We finally get Avatar 2.
Yep, Avatar 2, 3, 20, I don't know, something like that. I'm looking forward to them. I like the first Avatar movie.
Yeah,
That's the sequel. That's the sequel. It's the Cthulhu Cthulhu Deep ones just swinging around the Titanic.
Yep.
I would see that movie.
I just want to mention that I'm watching something I should have watched a long time ago. I just didn't have access to it. Anyway, Legion. You ever watch Legion?
Oh, Legion's great.
It's Professor X's son. So it's adapted from the comics, I guess.
Sort of.
I never really read a lot of the stories he was in. But whatchamacallit? It's an amazing show that I love.
Wasn't it an Abyss prequel? Yes, that's exactly it. It's the Abyss prequel. What was it? And Ronnie's agreeing that Legion is awesome. Yes, Legion is awesome. I have seen the first season. I really enjoyed it. I need to go back and watch the rest of it.
Season 2 will blow your mind, and I'm just starting season 3, and that's the final season. So, It is phenomenal. It's just creative and fun, and everybody in it is great. And
let's see, Ronnie's watched it with my father-in-law when it first came out. That was cool. Something to do with the father-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say this, with The Abyss, when that was mentioned, if you haven't seen the director's cut of The Abyss, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's a lot longer, but it's worth it.
I have never. I'll have to look into that.
It's like the director's cut of Aliens is superior to the regular version of it. Because it has like a lot more scenes, it expands on some stuff. It's just a better movie in a lot of ways. Now the director
I saw that.
Alien, not really into. It's neat, not as cool though.
I think I saw the Alien. Is that Aliens or Alien? Like director?
Alien, the Carpenter one, which is Aliens. I like the director's cut for that. The director's cut of Alien has some extended scenes in it, like that deal with like Ripley finding the remains of the crew and stuff, and it's not as it's unnecessary to the movie.
Yeah.
Where the alien stuff, where some of it's unnecessary, but it just adds a lot more depth to it.
I think I might have seen that, but I don't specifically remember.
There's like a corridor scene in it that I love because they show these things, these machine gun turrets in it, and robotic turrets. And I think they show them testing them in a scene, but you never see them again. In the director's cut, or special edition, whatever it's called, you actually see the aliens getting gunned down by them. And I just love that. There's also a scene with Newt's parents and her little brother.
Yeah, in the beginning, right?
Yeah, and you see Hadley's Hope when it's occupied.
Right.
Gives a little bit more depth to Ripley's daughter and like the storyline behind her,
Right.
um, which ties into Newt being like the daughter to Ripley as it goes on, and it makes the ending sequence when Newt calls Ripley mommy more important. And I still say stay the fuck away from Alien 3 and anything after that. Just no. They ruined it as far as I'm concerned.
Mostly.
Mostly did. Mostly. Oh. But the first one with truckers in space getting mauled by a, you know, alien thing, great.
Yeah.
Aliens, the anti-war film, fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, I love both of them, but they're both
It's
two
very
different types. Yeah,
I mean, the first one's a
but
straight up haunted house horror movie. Um,
I
and
mostly love Aliens because uh, Paul, what's his last name? Um, you know what I'm talking about. Mad About You,
yes, yeah,
the comedian. He was really good in that. Like, and that was like his first straight role.
yeah,
You
I'd
know,
agree with
where
that.
he played
It was
a
really
bad
good.
guy.
In
Yeah, I love him, man.
I mean, the original I like a bit more because it's more straight up horror, and as I said,
Yeah,
it's literally a haunted house movie. Yeah, Paul Rudd, that's it, Salazar,
Paul
yeah,
Rudd.
Paul Rudd. And yeah, first one was actually a horror movie more than sci-fi. Well, it was also very strong sci-fi. The science fiction in the original was very good. Um, the whole concept of they were faster than light travel, but they had to do it with it wasn't fast, it was slow faster than light travel, if that makes sense. Maybe that's what it was. Where they had to do the hypersleeps.
Right.
And then they had the landing on the planet and coming back up. I love the fact that they're basically truckers in space.
Yeah.
Um, and it exemplified the horror of it, which, you have this relatively small tow truck, effectively, that has something on it. And
Yep.
the fact that it's also, um, uh, well, has sexual assault on men. That is another huge aspect of it, with the face hugger and all
Okay.
that other stuff. Um,
Yeah. Get off my face.
yeah. And then you had the sequel, which has horror elements to it. It's more action, which is fine. Um,
Yeah.
the horror is still good in it. Um,
Yep.
but it's also a different feel because it's supposed to be an anti-war movie. It's actually an anti-Vietnam film in a lot of ways. The specifically the Marines, the way their script was written was for them to sound like they were from the Marines during Vietnam, and the look to their suits and stuff like that, their outfits, they were inspired by Vietnam era. And then getting overwhelmed, like they're the superior force going into an area and getting overwhelmed by basically, you know, untrained nobodies in a lot of ways.
Right.
Um,
That makes sense. Yeah.
no, just dealing with waves and waves of people that
Yep.
are going after them. It's like endless wave. Um, then you had the whole aspect that you can also look at as a zombie horror film in that sense too. Just
Yeah.
the zombies in this are a hell of a lot more dangerous. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
can't beat the 80s special effects. Lots of CGI horror tries too hard. I completely agree because Aliens was all practical effects, and
Yeah.
Alien was all practical effects.
Um, but Paul Rudd is not the name of what's his name? It's But Paul Rudd was in the newest Ghost Riders.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
I'm getting names.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's right. He wasn't that.
That was good. That was really good.
I saw that in the theater. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, that was fun.
But yeah, like we've gone over an hour. Like, subscribe, become our patrons.
All that stuff.
Um,
Leave us a
we're
comment.
here Monday, Friday, usually
Paul
4 o'clock.
Paul Reiser.
Right? Yeah, Paul Reiser.
He played.
We have a guest Wednesday, but we'll have more guests coming, more topics tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking a little bit about public domain stuff tomorrow, and some things in the public domain. I might try to get Ian on tomorrow because he's done a lot of stuff with public domain characters, so he could be a good asset for that.
And he wanted to come on anyway, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'd like to have him on in general, just for his art and stuff. And he's one of the artists on the Tick. So, I mean, who doesn't love the Tick? I mean, it's a New England favorite for reasons, but still.
Yeah.
Paul Reiser, the poor man's Steve Too many. Yeah, no, that's fine. I thought it was Paul Rudd at first too. So
yeah. But thank you for coming and watching and hanging out with us and asking and putting in your 2 cents. Always good. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow.